Welcome back to the channel, folks. Mr. H here for some spoilers for Avengers Endgame. Yes, that's right. We don't have long to wait, and a lot of things have been kept under lock and key. However, recently Marvel invited certain members of the press to watch the opening 8 minutes of Avengers Endgame. And as such, we have now learned quite a lot about the film and the potential fate of one certain character in the movie. So, don't watch this at all. Do not watch this if you don't want any spoilers. Full spoilers ahead. So, Avengers Endgame is set 22 days after Avengers Infinity War. Tony Stark is sat there recording his message for Pepper Potts, and in that message he mentions how they've been stranded in space for 22 days. So it would indicate, again, all things considered, that he and Nebula left Titan pretty much immediately when Thanos teleported himself off to Wakanda and did the massive deed of wiping out everyone in the universe. So essentially they've been stranded in space for about 3 weeks, and we can imagine that this is the same time span which has happened on Earth as well. Tony Stark was, of course, stabbed through the stomach by Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. We didn't seem to see much of what was going to happen with that, but it would appear in Endgame there's absolutely consequences to that pretty severe wound. In fact, Nebula has helped him heal, but he's contracted a virus, an infection, following the battle. This is what he's telling Pepper Potts on the recording. And although he does tell Pepper Potts that he is recovering thanks to Nebula, this would, and again, this is where we can kind of get into our fan theories here, this would indicate that there's potential for Iron Man to die. Now, again, Iron Man and the death of a big Avenger has long been rumoured. A lot of people speculated it would be Captain America, but it would make sense that it's Iron Man. If he's been stabbed through the stomach, yes, Nebula's helped him heal, but he's got an infection. Maybe this infection gets worse and worse, of course, across this battle that they're going to be waging. And then, because he knows he's dying, he then sacrifices himself to save the day in Endgame. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Again, this is all just fan theory at this point in time. In the opening 8 minutes, Iron Man discusses how the fuel cells to the Milano were damaged at one stage. However, they fixed things up well enough to get about 2 days worth of flight time before the oxygen runs out. So obviously this seems to indicate that someone is going to be rescuing them at some point, or maybe they used those 2 days to reach like a hyperspace jump point like they have done before. Now, one of the other big reveals is just the opening sequence all in all. So the people that were in attendance to the 8-minute footage stated that the movie's opening scene is Dear Mr. Fantasy playing over the Marvel Studios logo before we head to Tony Stark and Nebula playing paper football on the broken ship, the Milano. So that's quite interesting. Again, it's a pretty light-hearted way to open what we can presume to be an incredibly somber film. But again, quite interesting to see. And the last key interesting thing to note was that apparently the Avengers decide to head out into space to launch their counter-assault on Thanos pretty quickly. Actually, this is a rematch which goes down really, really early on in the movie. So there you go. Those are the few main reveals and spoilers from all of the footage. What do you think of this? Does this get you a little bit more amped? Or are you experiencing a bit of superhero fatigue? Let me know down below in the comment section. As always, if you are new here, please do hit subscribe. And to stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news, crush that bell notification icon. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Mr. H. Take care.